Hello, I'm Rex Basterfield, and this is a video about my Quilcom CREATURE. What happened is that someone on YouTube suggested I have a go at making a sim animal, which would be a plugin that made various animal sounds. So I did some research and had a go and messed around and realised this was too big an ask to make with synthesizer techniques. Well, it certainly was for me anyway. It turns out that animal vocalisations are extremely complex. Not as much as human speech, but complex nonetheless. So I failed, but I decided that what I had got was more of a sound effect generator that could make some animal-like sounds. So I decided to make it into a plugin and share it for what it's worth. The introduction slideshow features sounds of the presets. Each individual sound was using between 3 and 6 instances of the Quilcom CREATURE. So now I'll give you an overview of the synthesizer. The mod wheel panel is where you create the control source for the rest of the synthesizer, apart from the fact that it's velocity sensitive and you do have pitch bend. The mod wheel itself can operate this knob here, which you can also operate with the mouse, and that's how you add expression to the animal sound. It's best to keep the mod wheel moving, otherwise it sounds too much like a synthesizer. So the mod wheel is the source and these are the targets, but in addition to just outputting the mod wheel value, you can add an offset to it and an amount in a negative or positive direction, so that's bipolar. And these two knobs affect all the targets. I've provided an LFO which acts upon the total value of the mod wheel, and you can set the speed, and the speed can be affected by the mod wheel in a positive or negative direction. So here I've set the pitch to respond a lot to the mod wheel setting, and if I play a note I can adjust the LFO to demonstrate the effect. I provided a length control which, when set to maximum, the LFO is running constantly, or you can reduce it so it runs for a variable amount of time that you can set there. In fact, I didn't find that too useful, so it doesn't feature in any of the presets. In order to add a bit more strangeness, you can set the number of steps that the mod wheel value will move in, so you get an effect like this. So now I'll talk about the mod wheel macro panel. There are 8 parameters that you can control with the mod wheel, and they all work in the same way. They've all got an offset and a bipolar amount adjustment. So the offset for the pitch, for instance, works like this, and the amount is the amount by which it changes. We can affect the overall volume, the sound of the vocal folds vibrating, and the sound of the breath. The thing that affects the timbre of the sound more than anything else is the formants created by the whole vocal tract, and these are adjusted with F1, F2 and F3. So not only the bass formants that you set with the offset are important, but the way they change with the mod wheel. And with animals, the formants can go in different directions or change by different amounts. So I'll demonstrate that now. Now, the vocal folds of some animals can actually double vibrate, and they will have an extra vibration at typically half the fundamental frequency. So I've got a fixed modulator FM here, and I'll demonstrate that effect now. I've provided a second glottis because birds and maybe dinosaurs had what's called a syrinx, which is two vibrating elements which can be independently set for their pitch. So the parameters set here are the same for the glottis 2 except for the pitch and the volume, which are specifically set for the glottis 2. So I've set this up for demonstrating the effect of glottis 2. So I would say the addition of the glottis 2 can certainly add to the fun and the weirdness. So the Quilcom CREATURE is a bit of craziness, I admit, and maybe you'll have some fun with it, I don't know. There's some more information in the user guide and lots of information about animal vocalisations in the background info folder. So until the next time, bye!